Did Nerf accidentally make an Italian brainrot blaster? This is the Nerf Easy Play Sharkfire, and if it kind of looks like tralaleo tralala, I also see it too, and that is the last time I'll be saying that name. All right, I gotta open this up, see if there's a foot at the bottom of this thing. Now, the reason I said did they accidentally do this, because if you're not aware, it takes years for a product to get from concept to development to manufactured to on-store shelves. So well before any sort of Italian brainrot stuff came out, I'm guessing this blaster was in production, or pre-production rather. So that's why I say it. But again, uncanny a little bit. The other uncanny thing that I noticed about this blaster is the front barrel. This setup of 3 darts in this configuration really makes me think that this was either like an inspiration or an homage to the Shell Strike blaster, or better yet, the Sledgefire shell. And the more I look at it, the more it's kind of like a hybrid of the two. Shout out to Sledgefire shells. I've been able to find a few more of these lately, and it's always good to have. All right, but back to the Sharkfire. Now, recently I did a blaster review on the Lion Fury. Part of the same line, part of a similar, I think, pedigree, where we have a 90s-inspired Nerf, where we have animal applications put on a blaster, which just makes it kind of fun, makes it exciting, makes it very toy-like, something I like. Unlike the Lion Fury, the Sharkfire has 3 dart capacity. The Lion Fury had 8, which was phenomenal, I think. So let's just see what's going on here. We'll pull back on the priming handle, and I like this, like the Easy Play stuff. It had, like, this is a substantial prime right here, and shorter prime so that we can have better adapted play elements to this thing. And you know, the grip, while a little small, I can still kind of maneuver around here. So let's try this out. Ooh. Wait, what? We gotta try that one again. Oh no. Let's try that one more time. Is it the dart? Because sometimes the darts, I found this in the Nerf Junior stuff too, sometimes the darts are the problem. So I've got a whole bucket of darts right here. We're gonna try a whole bunch and see what happens. So let's try one of the Nitro Shot Plus darts. It's going in this barrel. This is our problem barrel right here. So we're gonna see exactly what's going on, see if it's the dart. It's the dart. But just to make sure, let's try a few other darts. All right, I think this is, what do they call these, like a meteor dart or something like that? I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, that works. This is an X-Shot air pocket dart. That works. Yeah, it's definitely the darts on this thing. Blaster isn't, I don't think the blaster is more than a couple years old. So even if the darts had just sat in a box for a while, I don't think that they would have just gone bad. So there's something maybe with the Easy Play darts. It's something like, I've noticed, well, there's another blaster recently that did that. It might, well, I was talking about it. It was the Nerf Junior stuff. And I'm guessing, like, if these blasters get converted to the N1 dart, there will be some of that problem solved. But yeah, just be careful. If the dart in your Sharkfire is not leaving the barrel, the ones that came in the box, try other darts. As I was firing it too, you'll also notice, get this close to the microphone, we have that echoing sound. This was something that we saw in the Lion Fury, and I feel like this is just part of the Easy Play stuff because we have a slower or a lower spring load that is just going to rattle around because it's not as tightly compressed. There's just going to be more space for it to kind of wiggle around. That's not ultimately a bad thing. This, though, did feel less powerful than the Lion Fury, which rather interesting because they are from the same line. This was lobbing shots just to the other end to get in my dart catch, where the Lion Fury, I didn't have that problem. And I wonder if that has something to do with the smart AR system in this blaster, because the barrel in this doesn't rotate like the Lion Fury one does. And so that directionality of the air could be impacted by that, and offering slower speeds rather than the surprisingly snappy experience that I had with the Lion Fury. So the Sharkfire, so far, you know, looks like a meme. It fires not very well. I wouldn't say like it fires like a joke. I was trying to play off those words, but like it's okay. Like, I think it works within the context of the Easy Play stuff. The darts that come with it could give people a false negative experience with this blaster. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the look of this though, because I think that is the most impressive part of this. It feels, to a degree, kind of like a water blaster because we have this very shark-like thing, and the way that the tail sits, it almost feels like one of those things where you draw back and then you push forward and it shoots like a big stream of water. I kind of like that here. It's a fun thing. The shark itself is a little like goofy looking. It's not as menacing as the Lion Fury. That felt more like a transformer. This feels kind of just like a silly, kind of derpy shark. And because the blaster performance, even with darts that do work, is slower than the Lion Fury, I feel like that all kind of works to its advantage. Like if this were a more menacing looking shark, or they applied a similar like aggressive design to some of the Dino Squad stuff here, there would have been this like expectation gap of like, you have something that looks kind of menacing, but in actuality, it's not. So I think that works in its favor here. I like the hex patterns. Like this is a good look on a blaster. I don't want to be like too critical of the design because I do like it. I like it a lot. It's just one of those things where I don't feel like a cohesion across the entire Wild Fury, or like whatever they're calling the subline of Easy Play that are all animal based. There doesn't feel like a cohesion across all of the blasters. Okay, so what do I like? What don't I like? What I would have changed about this blaster? One, what do I like? I like the style. Again, like I know I've talked negatively about it, but I really do like how this blaster comes together, how it looks. And also the plastic feels really solid here. This is something that you know, we've been contending with, like some differences in plastic. The Sharkfire, like it feels good, it feels solid. The operation of it is super easy, which is something you want from an Easy Play blaster. And both sides are relatively the same. We don't have the Nerf logo. This is all of our warnings and cautions here. And then on this side is kind of our beauty side. I also like, this had to be intentional, like the homage to the Shell Strike or the Sledgefire shells. That's just cool. I wasn't really expecting that, and to see it kind of play out the way it did, it's fun. I wish we would have been able to put in shells, right? Like we could like open the mouth and that would prime the blaster and then close it a little bit. I think there could have been some really cool stuff, and that's probably, I mean, that would make a whole different blaster, but that's something I would have liked to have changed, is to have like a little, like a shark jaw that would be a pseudo break action, which would have been kind of fun. What I don't like is the darts that come with it. I think the darts that I got, and let's try some more, because let's see, what the heck? Like, why did that seriously go so wrong? That's just a weak barrel, but the dart's going to matter all that much. Yeah, like, if you have bad darts in a blaster, and the blaster works fine, but the darts don't fly, people are going to assume the problem is with the blaster. And that is something that I've noticed time and time again, is that oftentimes when people approach me with, hey, how do I fix or how do I troubleshoot this blaster? It's like, one, are you using fresh darts? And if the answer is yes, and it's just the darts are bad, then you spend a whole lot of time trying to diagnose a problem that isn't really there. The great thing is that darts are a lot more accessible now than they ever have been. And you can find something that works for this extremely well. It's just, if this is some kid's first Nerf blaster, which in an Easy Play context could be a real reality, you want to get maybe an extra pack of darts, so that if what happened to me happens to person receiving this blaster, maybe they can try other darts from other companies that would then maybe work a little better. And I'm not going to dump on this blaster for having bad performance, because the performance is tuned down for a very specific reason. That might be something that people don't like about it, but if you buy an Easy Play blaster that is for adapted play, and then you're complaining about that it's geared for adapted play, that is not a blaster problem at that point. But if I had to choose between the Lion Fury and this Shark Strike, I would actually choose the Lion Fury. I think that is the better blaster. It holds more capacity, it's a little more snappy, it has slam fire. Wait, does this have, no, it's a smart AR system. It's not going to have it, but now I gotta try it because I didn't think about it until now. All right, let's try this real quick. Then we'll wrap this up. So while I'm doing this, why don't you hit that subscribe button to get more videos like this in the future? And yeah, that ain't working. It's a smart AR system. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, get more videos like this in the future, because I talk about blasters, action figures, pop culture, collectibles, anything action related. Stay tuned here at the Ri-Fi channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.